Good day everybody, this is Peter from Tales Productions and welcome back to Star Trek Online. This is a free-to-play account and we're playing through the story of a 23rd century Starfleet officer. In the last episode, let's go here, we completed Out in the Cold, which is sort of a start-off point to the Breen invasion. Cold Call and Out in the Cold are obviously the only two in this storyline we've done so far. I enjoy the storyline. I'm finding it very difficult though, so in between the last episode and this one I've done a bunch of stuff. Let's have a look. Let's see what I've done to prepare myself better. I've gone and bought some equipment. I haven't sold my old equipment, so I've kept hold of it. Just to see the difference, I guess, was all I wanted to do. I have purchased all new weapons, so I now have Mark 12 beams. I've still gone for 8 beams, so I know I've talked to some people about changing that. But I've still just gone for the cheapest Mark 12 beams I could find, which were Tetrion. And I kind of like that because I think they're blue. And I think that goes with my 23rd century sort of character look. So I like it a lot. So we've got 8 Tetrion Mark 12 now. I've also done a bunch of consoles, so we now have extra hull restoration, extra transfer rate, Polaron damage resistance. So I think Polaron is what the Breen do from my mediocre research. So I'm hoping we're a little bit more resistant to them. I already have a shield. It's only Mark 11, but it is a Polaron resistance shield as well. So that feels good. Then I've got a bunch of science. I didn't change any of the science consoles actually. I couldn't see any that would be better. But I did change the tactical ones, so I've got extra beam weapon damage and extra Tetrion damage. So I should be doing a lot of damage. Although I think it's me dying that's really the problem. But I should be killing stuff quicker at least. So that's good. Did I get rid of... Oh yeah, torpedo. That's fine. So I've got a bunch of stuff in my inventory there that will be a bit useless. I still haven't changed any skills or anything, so I'm still waiting for the comments on that video. That video actually comes out tomorrow from when I'm recording this, so I'll get all your opinions and hopefully have them in for the next recording session. So don't expect any changes yet, but the specializations and the skills and stuff, I will be changing all those just as soon as I've gone through it with you guys in the comments. So without further ado, that's all we've got to go through. Standard research and development duty officer stuff, all plodding through still. But I want to get on with the rest of the Breen storyline because, so we've made contact with the Teferi properly, so we're actually making friends with them now, whereas they've always been neutral, they're wanting to be friends, and that was because the Breen were attacking and enslaving them, or trying to. So I've defended a couple of their ships as well. Now we're going into Cold Comfort. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, Ambassador Sarah doesn't talk. Okay. We are receiving a distress signal in the Rave system. A Teferi transport weathered a Breen attack, but they've taken heavy casualties and are requesting immediate assistance. My people do not have military ships, Admiral, and I am loath to send a lightly armoured rescue vessel into such a dangerous situation. Please, you must do whatever you can to help them. So I've got to go to the Rave system. Let's take it. Let's take a quick look. Ooh, a crate of Teferi snow tubers. Right, are they a food? Well, I definitely don't want transphasic torpedoes. It's not my kind of thing. So yeah, maybe they're a food. And that might be good. Don't know. Ooh, loads of dailies. Alright, let's see where the Rave system is. Absolutely miles away. I came back to Deep Space Nine to do all the new setting up stuff. But hey, no harm done. I will simply meet you there. So here we are approaching the Rave system. I think Rave. Travel to Rave. Oh, okay. For some reason my autopilot didn't stop me. So let's turn around. Get back in. Just here. There we go. Travel to Rave 2 system. Rave 2 system. Interesting. Cold Comfort. Captain, we're being hailed by a disabled Teferi frigate. Putting it on screen now. Isn't a frigate like standardly a military ship? Thank you for responding to our distress call. We were boarded by the Breen and have taken severe casualties. We could use any medical aid you could render. Please approach and beam over as soon as you can. Okay. You managed to fight them off. The Breen boarded and the Teferi managed to fight them off. Interesting. Not sure I believe it. Alright, let's do it. Please beam over any medical supplies and personnel you can spare. We'll send your transporter chief the coordinates of our trauma centre. Surely we could just find that by scanning. You'd think. Oh, I didn't get to choose my away team. That's interesting. Ah, but they seem to have a fairly Klingon ship. Is this quite Klingon-y? It's like the original sort of episodes that I played through. It's very similar to that. Maybe some slight changes. Or Cardassian. Bit of both. Ooh, what's this? Is that supposed to be damage on the walls? It's weird. This looks like growth. Like rocks are growing in the wall. Interesting. Hello, friend. By the balance. You couldn't have arrived at a better time. I need every available person to help with patients. I think the Breen take pleasure in causing pain. Few of our crew were killed, but many have been injured. If you want to help, I need someone at table 7. Take the patient's medical history and triage the injury. If it is a minor issue, go ahead and treat them so we can make room for another patient. Alright. Table 7. Looks like this one over here. Yeah, that's a minor injury. Let's talk. Please, it hurts. Help me. What hurts? It's my left side. I took a disruptor hit from a Bream rifle. Please, I need something for the pain. Do you have anything that will help? Okay. Do you have any allergies? Highly allergic to metoropan. I was given it once and my airway swelled until I was completely blocked. It was completely blocked. I almost died. Alright? So we don't want that allergy. Are you taking any medications currently? No. Do I look like I should be? Have you been treated for anything related to this issue? How often do you think I'm shot by a Bream? The last time I saw a physician was 2 years ago. I was treated for polywater intoxication. Does that mean anything? When was the last time you ate? I might need to ask that. Midday, I guess. What does this have to do with anything? I don't know. It might have something to do with it. What were you doing before you were injured? I was repairing a power conduit on deck 2 when the Breen came out of engineering and shot me. They didn't even give me a chance to surrender. I wouldn't have fought them. Yeah, I know you wouldn't. So do I click on the allergy? Metoropan is a very common drug used to treat and manage pain, especially in patients with this level of trauma. It's a good thing we caught this. If the patient was given the wrong medication, the result could have been disastrous. There we go. There are several medications available from the Deferi Medikits that we can use to treat this patient's pain. I'm not going to do all these. And morphinolog are all indicated for pain relief. Once the patient is stable, we can treat the disruptor hit directly with a protoplaser, which should fix the damage done to the cellular structure. Okay, so did I just do it? Oh no, I've actually got to go... Yeah, alright. Use Medikit. Analgesics. That's the one I don't want, but that was the first one she mentioned, I think. For pain management of sports-related injuries. Also used in treatment of muscle spasms. Okay, let's try a different one. Bicaridine? Decreasing pain associated with serious trauma injuries. Treatment with bicaridine has been known to cause addictive behaviour in patients who are treated with the drug for long periods of time. Metoropan is a non-addictive, so this would point towards that, but we can't use that. So I'm going to load this and go for it. We're going to do it. Use. The pain from the disruptor wound is subsiding. That feels much better. Thank you. The bicaridine is having the desired effect, Captain. Now we can use the protoplaser on the wound to treat it without causing undue pain to the patient. Okay, so do I get that from here? Oh, no. Oh, I can just use it. I have one, apparently. Okay. Who would have thought, eh? Just carry one around. Lovely. That was easy. Give me another one. Good work with that last patient. Has anyone ever told you that you have a talent for medicine? I need someone to check out the patient on table 3. I'd appreciate your help. Any help you can give us. I'm more of an engineer, but I'll give it a try. Hello, table 3. Okay. Mother, is that you? Have you been treated for it? Okay, so I guess we just start from the top again. What hurts? An older boy named Tosca used to take my favourite toys when I brought them to school. If I tried to fight him to get them back, he'd break the toys so that no one could play with them. My mother said Tosca was out of balance. Yeah, it's not a very Deferi thing to do. Are you taking any medications? I used to play in the mud every time it rained. My mother thought I'd get sick from playing outside in the cold and the damp, but I never got sick. Not even once. Oh, interesting. Okay. What were you doing before you were injured? My father used to sing rhymes to me when I was a child. I would fall asleep in his arms and have the best dreams. Ah, that's cute. Patient seems disoriented and unaware of their surroundings. I agree, Captain. It may be a symptom of brain trauma, but we cannot rule out a psychological breakdown until we do a mental status check. The stress of the brain attack may have been more than the patient's mind could process. Okay, that makes sense. So, do you know where you are? Can we have our dessert now? I finished all my vegetables. I don't think you did. Do you know your name? My sister had a doll she used to call Ilka. Ilka? Maybe? Do you know approximately what the time is? I loved catching Umek insects at twilight. The light from the descending sun would make their wings glow like golden fire. I bet it would. Do you know what year it is? My sister is 3 years older than I am. That meant my mum let her do all the fun things while I had to sit and watch. Ah. Altered mental state. There is something obviously wrong with this patient's mental status. I recommend that we scan the brain tissue for deep trauma. Hyper should reveal if there is any damage. Okay. So I need this thing. So I've just got it, I guess, now. Conduct examination, yeah. Captain, it appears that there is a cortical implant of this patient's brain that is causing disorientation and delusions. There is an extremely high amount of neural activity in the area around the implant. Perhaps if we were able to decrease the activity with an anesthetic, the patient would be more responsive. Okay. I need an anesthetic. Come here. Please select a medication. Oh. So, really, I need to know about allergies. And he's not going to tell me, is he? Can I not, like, check some medical records with you? Surely this kind of thing would be on record. I just saw a R&D thing over there and I was, for a second, tempted to leave this patient and go get it. Right, let's check all of these then and see if any of them have known allergy effects. Don't know. So, anesthetizine is an anesthetic. It has also been used in gaseous form to incapacitate large numbers of hostile humanoids in a confined space. Anetrazine is an anesthetic used for calming hyperactive nerve impulses. Use of this has been known to interfere with cranial implants by decreasing their effectiveness. So that's definitely what I want then, right? Cranial implants, hyperactive nerve impulses. Okay, let's check the others just in case. Axonol is an anesthetic. It has also been used in gaseous form to incapacitate large numbers. Yeah. Use of Axonol is not recommended for patients with severe trauma. Definitely not Axonol. Melanex. Treatment with Melanex has been known to cause temporary skin discoloration. Maybe not Melanex. And Nurazine. It has also been used in gaseous form. Yeah. It is not recommended in doses greater than 100 parts per million. Whatever. So I think Anetrazine. Because he's got a cranial implant and we want to decrease the effectiveness of it. So load. Let's go. Use. Where am I? I remember the Breen attack, and there was this medic. He seemed sad. The Breen implanted me with a cortical implant. It has been forcing me to relive memories from my past. Please help get it out of my head. I don't want to live like this. Weird. So that worked. Removing a cortical implant is a tricky process. We should confer with Dr. Kosa about how to proceed. That's mental. Why were they doing that? I'm not familiar with any technology like this. Any attempt I'd make to removing it would be based upon an educated guess. We have some captured Breen in the brig waiting for transport to a holding facility. Perhaps you could question them. One of the monsters who did this to my patient might know how to reverse the process. Okay, let's do that. I still want to know how these Deferi fought off the Breen. I'm impressed. I'm not angry. I'm just impressed. And this is at running pace. There are some weird growths in the wall. I don't get it. Right. Right, so there are a few things you should know about the Breen before we talk to them. The Breen are a warrior race. They do what is expedient and will often take prisoners rather than kill. Okay, you get more work out of a slave than a dead man after all. This may seem cold and callous to us, but to the Breen it is only logical. Survival and duty are more important to them than morality. The Breen are very concerned with personal honour. Do not insult a Breen's honour or suggest that they kill without cause, or you should be fine in your interrogation. Okay. Let's talk to a Breen. There's one. Hello, friend. Talk to me if you wish, but I will never betray the Breen Confederacy. What's your name? Okay. That wasn't much of a talk. Is that all I get out of that one? Seriously. Wow. Who are you? What do you want? Okay. Okay, so there is another one here. Are you here to let me go? What is your name? I am Tran. Nice to meet you, Tran. Apparently I can't ask you any more questions. There was a scan back there that I could do. Talk to Green Prisoner. What are you looking at, Starfleet? What is your name? Look at you, cowering the shadow of Thottrell. What hope could the Teferi possibly have against might like this? I will not answer your questions. Go bother someone else. Tell me about Thottrell. Also, you will answer my questions. Thottrell has more power and vision than a pathetic being like yourself can possibly comprehend. The Teferi will be the first to fall to his might, but they will not be the last. He will not stop until the entire Alpha Quadrant serves the Breen Confederacy. Someday soon, I will stand in the blasted remains of your homeland, my homeworld, and celebrate our victory. I will grind the remains of your leaders into dust under my boot heels. Thottrell will be the man who makes this possible. If you say so. So there was a scan over here that I could do. What is that? Oh, is there an R&D thing, like under the floor or something that's stuck? Thorium gas. Yeah, that sounds like an R&D thing. Can we talk to you again? What do you want from me? What are you doing here? I am a combat medic in the 5th Order. I serve the Breen Confederacy. I was ordered to go to this system by my superiors. I am sure that you have encountered other Breen in the Teferi sector. Yes. What do the Breen feel they need to... Why do they feel they need to conquer everything? No. What are you doing here? No. What does attacking a civilian transport have to do with Breen expansion? I do not feel comfortable continuing this conversation. My commanding officer is in a nearby cell and he can overhear everything that we are saying. While I do not agree with his actions in this matter, I respect his position of authority. I will not throw his dishonour in his face. Wow. Alright then. I think that's it then. I can talk to that guy again, it says. Is it? No, it's the button. Alright. Enable acoustic dampening field. All audio signals entering and leaving this cell have been blocked by an acoustic dampening field. Alright. Oh, is that the gas? Oh, it is. It's weird that he came up and wouldn't let me do it. How bizarre. Okay, there we go. So now we should be able to talk. The commanding officer cannot hear what we're saying. My superior thought that these Teferi civilians might have the information for which we have been searching. While I might have disagreed with his choice of target, it is not a soldier's place to question his commanding officer. I think my dissension was the reason I was selected to join the assault on the ship's bridge, a dangerous task in the best of circumstances and one that had the least chance of success. Did you object to your commanding officer about this assignment? I'm not sure how you run things in Starfleet, but in the Breen Confederacy we obey our commanders. I may not always be pleased by what I am ordered to do, but I understand that there is a goal that must be achieved and that I may not have all the facts that my superiors do. Yeah, that's a very good point. Do you believe that the goal you were attempting to achieve was worth killing civilians for? I didn't want to attack the ship. There is a nobility to being a soldier. When I enter battle, I know I could be killed. I know that others will die at my hands, but that is what we must do. It is part of being a soldier. Civilians are not part of this unspoken agreement. They do not wake up each day and know in their hearts it could be their last. They should be out of bounds as targets for people like you and me. There is no honour in fighting someone who is unprepared to fight back. I regret that I had orders to kill these civilians. More than that, I regret that I carried out these orders. Ooh. Okay, did you have an option that didn't involve attacking the Teferi? Yeah, I guess. I suppose I could have hurled myself out of an airlock. My choices were to die or to follow my orders. It is, unfortunately, not much of a choice. Foolishly, I believed that I took part in this mission. I believed that if I took part in this mission, I could do my best to prevent needless violence against those who should not be in the battle. I was wrong. So your mission wasn't just to kill the Teferi. I am a combat medic. Normally my task is to repair the injuries of my fellow soldiers. On this mission I was tasked with capturing civilians alive and fitting them with subspace cortical implants. These devices are barbaric, even by our standards. We use them to obtain memories from the most obstinate of interrogation subjects. This particular implant has a subspace relay intended to capture and transmit these memories so that my superiors can sift through the secrets locked in our victims' minds, even as we moved on to implant more subjects. Okay. Why did you do this? What information did the Teferi have that you needed so badly? I am not sure what exactly the commanders wanted to learn from these people. I can only guess that my superiors wanted information that they felt could be held by any member of the Teferi population. The cortical implants were calibrated to bring long-term memories to the surface, even going back to the target's childhood. Perhaps they wanted to learn something that even a Teferi child might know. Okay. Would the Pro-Teferi know what memories were being searched? Perhaps. If they had the mental fortitude to recall the memories that were triggered during their interrogation, the pain from the implants can be quite intense. How do we remove them? The removal of the cortical implant is a very delicate procedure. The implants are intended to be strong enough to survive the interrogation process, but too difficult to be removed by the subject or anyone else. I have worked with these implants for some time. Have your doctors talk to me and I will tell them what they need to do to remove them. Oh, that's nice of you. What a good boy. Let's go back to the main doctor dude. Which I think was this way, yeah. Wow. Oh, look at that. The current endeavour is to deal 25,000 Tetrion damage, and I've just equipped my ship with loads of Tetrion weapons. So I might complete an endeavour, whatever that means. I've seen that come up a few times, but never actually done it. Right, I'm just going to get this R&D thing, because it's sat there. I might as well. There we go. Nice and easy. Right, let's head back over to Dr. Cossa. Hello, friend. This is just the information we needed. I will round up a surgical team and we'll begin the process of removing the implant immediately. I spent some time talking to the patient while you were in the brig. It sounded to me like the Breen implant was triggering memories from the patient's early childhood, many of them involving rhymes and songs. Okay. Alright, so rhymes and songs. So do they think nursery rhymes? Because a lot of our sort of nursery rhymes and things like that tell stories about a point of history. So maybe they're trying to learn something. Yeah, maybe it's that. Most Teferi parents and grandparents sing to their children and tell them stories of our past and our traditions. Yeah, exactly. A common theme in our songs is the Preservers. We sing of their travels through the universe, their efforts to maintain the balance, and their great archive. My children are particularly fond of songs about the Preserver Archive, a hidden place where they left all of their technology and records of the ancient days. It's an interesting story, but I don't know if a place like that could actually exist. After all, we're talking about children's rhymes. I think it's quite obvious it does exist then, and that's what we're looking for. Cool. Captain, the Breen must believe that the Preserver Archive exists. There is no other explanation as to why they would target Teferi civilians in order to obtain information about nursery rhymes. Before we leave, Tran has requested to talk to you again. He's waiting in his cell. Ooh, that's cool. Alright, let's go. Hey, which one was Tran actually? Was Tran the doctor? Or the officer? I can't remember. Let's go find out. It's the doctor. Cool. So at least fairly friendly then. Hello. Thank you for returning. I know that helping you was the right thing to do, but because I did so, I can never return to the Breen Confederacy. Therefore, I would like to request asylum for the Federation. I, however, am not alone in this request. There are a small group of Breen that share my feelings. We know that attacking innocents is wrong. If you accept us, we would all like to join you. I will give you the information necessary to contact them. It may take some time before they are willing to respond. Your future actions will help speed up that process. Cool. Alright. We've sent a communication based on Tran's information. I can't be sure that it was received, so at this point, I believe the only thing we can do is wait for a response. I must say I'm surprised any Breen could be capable of reason. Impressive work, sir. The Teferi seem to have things under control for now. Are you ready to leave the system? I am. Oh wow, is that the whole mission done? Ready? Yeah? Hail Ambassador Sarah. Okay. I remember stories about the Preservers from my childhood and, of course, we have ruins linked to them on Defera, but I have never heard of an intact Preserver installation. The Breen, however, are taking these stories quite seriously, and if the Breen manage to acquire Preserver-level technology, they could shift the balance of power in the entire Alpha Quadrant. It's lucky that you were able to establish a connection with Tran. I believe that he was sent by the powers to help by the powers to help maintain the balance in the galaxy, and I'm grateful. I know your intelligence service has more questions for him, but after that, I promise I'll do what I can to see that he and other Breen who disagree with their government's actions are not forgotten. One of your commanding officers was requesting to speak with you. One of your commanding officers was requesting to speak with you. You should consider meeting with them when you are done here. Oh, my commanding officers. Wow. Okay. So I guess I'm going to go for the snow tubers because I won't use a torpedo launcher yet. I might respec slightly into having a torpedo or some sort of launcher. Let's go for the snow tubers to see what it is. I don't even know. Cannot equip any more of this item. What? Okay, so that was cold comfort. So I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure while I was streaming last week and playing through the other episodes, didn't somebody say that the next mission, so Cold Comfort, is one of the most hated missions there is? Why is that? That was fine. There wasn't a problem with that at all. Did I just get lucky and not hit a bug or not hit a sort of loop point? I don't know. But that was fine. It was good. If anything, it was a little bit short. Didn't really attacks me much, but yeah, that's great. Cool. So that is the end of Cold Comfort. In the next episode, we'll be moving on to Cold Case. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I like little story ones like that don't need any fighting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching. I hope you are enjoying. Hope you will enjoy. But by far, the most important thing is to look forward to the next episode of Star Trek Online.